on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the Kaged match, and this is my review for AEW Dynamite for March 4th, 2020. And so you start out after Revolution here with Jon Moxley coming out the new AEW champion. He cuts a promo, basically the same promo he ended Revolution with, saying that this belt belongs to the fans. They're the ones who created AEW, and that's a very cool shout out. And he says he knows he's a marked man and that the Inner Circle are still after him. He knows everything with Chris Jericho's not done yet. And out come the Inner Circle, and Chris Jericho cuts his standard heel promo, which he's very, very good at. And he says that if by the end of the show they have made sure that Jon Moxley can't walk out of the arena on his own volition, that he will take a 60-day hiatus. And people, are thinking, well, maybe he just wants to take a break. It's Chris Jericho. Come on. He's got a lot of hats that he wears. And I think, I'm not positive, but I thought I heard the crowd chanting Batista at the end of that. So maybe there's something going on there that I don't know about. It's very possible. But either way, I thought the crowd was chanting Batista. So your first match is SCU and Colt Cabana versus the Dark Order, and this is Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Alex Reynolds, and John Silver, all members of the Dark Order. Very cool back and forth. I'll be honest, I'm not very familiar with Colt Cabana as a wrestler. I've listened to him plenty on his podcast, but I haven't seen his in-ring work, and I gotta say, I really like him. He had some really cool moves that I thought were great. So, at one point, SCU, all three members, are beating the hell out of Evil Uno. And then, of course, he gets out of the ring, and the rest of Dark Order come in, and it's kind of a fiasco. Everybody's flying everywhere. And it winds up being Colt Cabana and one of the members of Dark Order. I'm not sure which one. It was either Alex Reynolds or John Silver. And he just does his drop from the top rope, and he literally just steps off the top rope and lets the dude drop on the ropes. And then he has this really cool, dives over the guy, and his legs hook onto the other guy's legs, and he pins him down like that. Really cool pin. So yeah, dude, you can tell Colt Cabana was having fun with it. That was a really major thing. I really liked, like I said, his moveset. He had some things I hadn't seen before, so that's awesome. And they get the win. SCU and Colt Cabana, they take it. And then Evil Uno cuts a promo really quick where he says the Master's not going to be happy and heads are going to roll or whatever. So eventually they're leading into this big revelation of whoever the leader of the Dark Order actually is. Then you get Britt Baker on commentary for Big Swole and Leva Bates. Peter Avalon's at ringside. He tries to get involved once. Big Swole goes to kick Leva, kicks Peter Avalon off of the ring apron. Britt Baker added nothing on commentary at all. It was a short match. Big Swole gets the win. There you go. Then you get a Cody promo. And while Cody's cutting a promo and talking about, him maybe dealing with MJF again, but it has to be under the right circumstances, Jake the Snake Roberts comes out and he says that he has somebody he wants to bring into AEW. In his first match, he wants it to be against Cody. And it's a total heel promo. Jake the Snake doing what he's always done. And he says he's going to be in the corner of this guy who's coming in. And so that should be interesting. It's actually nice to have Jake the Snake part of a wrestling program. Obviously, he's much older now. He's been through a whole hell of a lot. But you know what? It was fucking fun to see him. Jake the Snake was easily one of my favorite wrestlers when I was a kid. And I mean a kid. So to see him now, it's awesome, dude. Very cool. Then you get Chuck Taylor with Trent and Orange Cassidy, of course, with Pac. Pac, just an amazing athlete. Chuck Taylor, I think, held his own. Not quite as good as Pac, but, that's hard to be as good as Pac. The guy's a freak of nature. He really is. So I did not think for 1 second that Pac wasn't going to go over here. Of course he does. And then out come the Lucha Brothers. And it seems like there's a new faction now with Pac and the Lucha Brothers. And they take out Chuck Taylor, Trent, and Orange Cassidy specifically. And I think he called themselves the Death Dealers. So, cool, man. Lucha Brothers and Pac together. That's got to be a damn good thing, honestly. So then you get Shawn Spears with Tully Blanchard. They're doing a bit where they're looking for another tag team partner for Shawn Spears. And this is kind of being overdone at this point. Like, I don't know how invested I am at this, because all Shawn Spears does is bitch his partner out and then walk off and leave him to get, caught in a loss. So it really doesn't do much for me, if I'm being honest. Then you get QT Marshall with Brandy and Dustin Rhodes at ringside. He takes on Jake Hager. You knew Jake Hager was going over. It was an alright match. It didn't blow me away. At the end of that, you have Santana Ortiz come down. They're all beaten down on QT Marshall, and then Dustin Rhodes. Cody comes out to help Dustin. They get the better of him. And then, of all people, Adam Page comes down, and he's very nonchalant. He's got the beer in his hand, puts the beer on the ring post, and then attacks Jake Hager and Santana and Ortiz. Eventually, Cody and Dustin get back involved. They chase out Santana and Ortiz. You have Jake Hager throw Adam Page over the top rope. Page hangs on, comes in with a buckshot lariat on Jake Hager, grabs his beer, and then flips off Matt Jackson, who actually came out too. I forgot to say that. Flips off Matt Jackson and then grabs a bunch of beer from the audience members and walks back up the ramp. It was pretty funny. Then you get an MJF promo package with Wardlow in the background. He's basically, saying how he beat Cody fair and square. And he took off his jacket. There was a t-shirt that said, "I pinned Cody." Saying, "Oh, this is awkward," kind of like a neck tattoo. Standard heel promo, but he's really, really good, man. MJF is damn good at delivering lines for a heel promo. He really, really is great as a talker, dude. Gotta love it. I'm a big fan of MJF. And then you get Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. This is the main event. Before Jon Moxley ever gets to the ring, Santana Ortiz and Jake Hager jump him kind of in the audience area, and they take him up to the concession stands in the arena, and they just beat him down. Jake Hager puts him to sleep. So Darby Allin's left to fend for himself inside the ring. Does a great job with this match. Him versus Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho. Darby Allin is super fast, just lightning fast in the ring, dude, and that really sold him doing so well for so long in this match. Eventually, of course, Guevara and Jericho capitalize, get the win. Jon Moxley comes back down to the ring, gets his ass kicked again. They take him up the ramp and they powerbomb him off the stage, onto a table, onto the floor. Leave him in a lump right there, and of course, the whole inner circle are there flipping him off as they cut to credits. And it was actually a pretty good way to cut the credits. I thought it was true inner circle form right there. Jake Hager powerbombing Jon Moxley, and then them all flipping him off. I mean, that's just standard heel shit right there. And it really worked. I really liked the first match with the SCU, Colt Cabana, and Dark Order. I'm a big fan of Stu Grayson. The only person in Dark Order I'm not a big fan of is Evil Uno. And that's just because of the body style and the brawler type. It's not my big thing. I honestly think Big Swole and Leva Bates with Britt Baker on commentary just could have been taken out altogether. Honestly, I do. Trent and Chuck was alright. It didn't blow me away, but it was alright. The Spears Tully Blanchard bit, I think you could have taken that out too. QT Marshall, Jake Hager, again, it was alright. Did not blow me away. Didn't really grab me. But it was decent. And then MJF's promo was great. And I actually thought that the way they closed out with the last match was really, really good too. So I'm kind of torn because I actually feel like this was not as good as I'm used to for AEW. Just coming off the pay-per-view, which was amazing, and the go-home show was amazing for Dynamite. This felt a little bit lackluster by comparison. Doesn't mean that it was a bad show, but it does mean that it wasn't as good as they have been. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, which is still really good, but, definitely room for improvement. And that's kind of where I'm at. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, Cage Nation, out.